Hello and welcome. Have you ever noticed that as we get a little older, our bodies just seem to take a bit longer to bounce back? Maybe you're feeling a bit more tired after a regular busy day, or you've noticed your energy just isn't quite what it used to be. Sometimes it honestly feels like your body is working way harder than it did in your 20s or 30s. And listen, if you're feeling that, those are incredibly common, completely valid experiences. There are a lot of factors at play when our bodies shift like this, but one topic that consistently pops up in discussions about healthy aging is inflammation. Think of inflammation kind of like your body's internal alarm system. Normally, it flips on to heal an injury, which is great. But sometimes it gets stuck in that on position, just quietly simmering in the background when it really doesn't need to be. So in today's explainer, we're diving into the source material to look closely at 7 foods that help reduce inflammation after 40. We'll explore how some pretty simple, structured dietary choices can help calm that alarm system down, supporting your overall wellness, recovery, and long-term healthy aging.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at aging and your body, understanding chronic inflammation, essential fats for wellness, vibrant fruits and vegetables, the power of healing spices, and finally, building sustainable daily habits.
First up, let's talk about aging and your body, specifically those physical shifts we start to notice. So, are you taking longer to recover? If you're nodding yes right now, you are in very good company. You might find that your joints feel a little stiffer in the mornings, or maybe a weekend workout leaves you sore well into Tuesday. No fun, right? Well, this slower recovery and lower energy baseline is exactly why inflammation enters the chat when we talk about healthy aging. It's really important to know this isn't a failure of your body at all. It's just a signal. And understanding that signal is the very first step toward giving your body exactly what it needs to thrive right now, in its current stage of life. That brings us to our next section, understanding chronic inflammation, where we're going to demystify the so-called villain. Let's get clear on what we're actually talking about here. Chronic inflammation is basically low-level inflammation that may persist over time, and researchers associate it with various aspects of aging. But here's the thing. Inflammation itself isn't inherently bad. Actually, it's a vital part of your body's natural defense system. The good news for us is that we don't have to just sit back and accept this persistent, low-level state as a given. Healthy lifestyle choices, especially the foods we eat day in and day out, can profoundly support the body's natural balance. So the crucial point here is the difference between short-term healing and low-level persistence. Think about it like this. When you get a cut, a sprain, or an infection, acute inflammation is your body rushing to the scene to heal the site. We absolutely want that. It's doing its job. But low-level persistence, well, that's a different story entirely. This is chronic inflammation. It's like a slow, simmering fire that just persists over time without any acute injury to heal. This is the exact type of inflammation we want to manage through our habits, because if left unchecked, it places a constant, totally unnecessary burden on our physical systems. All right, moving on to our first category of foods, essential fats for wellness, nourishing the body. We're starting strong with food number 1, fatty fish. We're talking about things like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. Now, these are famous in the nutrition world for a very good reason. They are absolutely packed with omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats have gotten an immense amount of attention in nutritional research for their role in supporting healthy inflammatory responses within the body. To put that into perspective, your brain is nearly 60% fat, which is exactly why these omega-3s are absolute powerhouses for brain health, right alongside heart health. And those are 2 critical areas that really demand our attention after the age of 40. By simply adding some omega-3 rich fish to your meals just a few times a week, you're making a highly effective choice to support your body's natural recovery processes. Stand right here in our category of healthy fats. We're going to jump to food number 4 on our broader list, nuts, specifically walnuts and almonds. As adults, so many of us fall into the trap of grabbing highly processed snack foods. They give us quick energy, sure, but absolutely zero nutritional value. Nuts are a fantastic, genuinely nourishing alternative. They provide this beautiful matrix of healthy fats, fiber, and protein. And because of that specific combination, they don't just support your body's wellness, they actually help you feel full and satisfied. And hey, you don't need to eat a massive bowl of them. Just a small handful as part of your balanced routine goes a really long way.
Rounding out our healthy fats is food number 5, extra virgin olive oil. This right here has been the cornerstone of traditional Mediterranean-style eating patterns for generations, and nutrition experts consistently rank it as one of the healthiest fats available anywhere. Extra virgin olive oil contains specific compounds that may help support healthy inflammatory responses, as well as keeping that cardiovascular system healthy. What I think is truly wonderful about olive oil is just how practical it is. You can drizzle it over roasted vegetables, whip it up into a homemade salad dressing, or just swap it in for less nutritious cooking fats. It's a simple, elegant addition to your daily routine.
Next up, let's explore vibrant fruits and vegetables and tap into some serious antioxidant power. This brings us to food number 2 on our overall list, berries. Whether you prefer blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, or raspberries, these colorful little fruits are among the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. They are literally loaded with antioxidants, which are crucial because they help protect your cells from oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress is basically just a natural wear and tear process that happens in the body over time, but antioxidants, they help keep that wear and tear in check, supporting healthy aging. Plus, they are incredibly versatile. You can toss a handful into your morning oatmeal, blend them up into a smoothie, or honestly, just eat them fresh out of the bowl for a naturally sweet, nourishing snack. Next up in the produce department is food number 3, leafy greens. There is a very good reason why spinach, kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard seem to appear on virtually every healthy eating list ever made. They are incredibly dense with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and vital plant compounds. Now, I know that consistently eating enough greens can be a bit of a challenge for some of us, but remember, we aren't looking for absolute perfection here. Making small adjustments is so much more sustainable than trying to do some dramatic diet overhaul. Try tossing a handful of spinach into your morning omelet or stirring some chopped kale into a warm soup. It's a super low-effort way to significantly boost your nutritional quality. And the final entry in our vibrant produce category is food number 6, tomatoes. Tomatoes are brought up a lot in the context of healthy aging because they contain a truly powerful antioxidant compound called lycopene. That's actually what gives them their rich red color. But what's particularly fascinating about tomatoes is that when you cook them, the lycopene actually changes into a form that is much, much easier for your body to absorb. So whether you're enjoying a fresh garden salad or a slow-simmered marinara sauce on a Sunday afternoon, consistency is the key here. Incorporating them regularly builds a sort of compounding benefit over months and years. Let's move to our next section, the power of healing spices, combining flavor and function. This brings us to our final food for today, food number 7, turmeric. Turmeric has been an absolute staple in traditional cooking and medicine for centuries. Its real secret is an active compound called curcumin, which is constantly being studied by researchers for its potential health-supporting properties. Adding a dash of turmeric to soups, stews, or even brewing it into a tea is just a brilliant way to elevate the flavor of your meals without having to rely on excess salt or sugar. It's an easy, highly accessible culinary addition that quietly goes to work supporting your body's nutritional needs. And this brilliantly illustrates how everything we've talked about comes together. Take a look at this. We aren't just talking about abstract, healthy foods here. We are talking about specific active compounds yielding targeted, realistic benefits. Tomatoes deliver lycopene for antioxidant power. Turmeric delivers curcumin for overall health support. Fatty fish bring those vital omega-3s for the heart and brain, and berries bring a whole spectrum of antioxidants to protect your cells from oxidative stress. It's just a very clear, structured way to see exactly how what you put on your plate translates directly to your physical well-being. Finally, let's talk about building sustainable daily habits, looking at the big picture. Here's the truth. Healthy aging is absolutely not about finding one magical superfood or buying one secret supplement. Health is influenced by an entire ecosystem of habits. Yes, the nutrition we've unpacked today is incredibly valuable, but it works best when it's combined with these other pillars you see here: getting adequate sleep, consistent movement, managing your daily stress, staying hydrated, and allowing your body the time it needs to recover.
The 7 foods we've explored today, they are simply tools in your toolkit. They aren't magical cure-alls on their own, but when you weave them into a lifestyle that respects all of these factors, they really help support your vitality and quality of life as you age.
I want you to always remember this. Focus on progress rather than perfection. You do not need a flawless diet. You do not need a kitchen full of expensive, exotic ingredients. And you absolutely do not need to change your entire life overnight. That's a recipe for burnout. Healthy eating is a long journey, so start exactly where you are right now. Add one healthy food from our list, just one. Once that feels natural, add another. Sustainable, steady habits are infinitely more powerful than dramatic, short-term diets that you ultimately end up abandoning.
So I'll leave you with this final thought and question. Which one healthy habit will you add to your routine today? Remember, greater energy, better recovery, and a healthier quality of life aren't things you achieve overnight. They are built one meal, one habit, and one choice at a time. If you found this explainer helpful in clarifying your path forward, please go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more structured insights, and definitely share this explainer with someone in your life who might benefit from it. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and here's to your continued health and vitality.